Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to Raphael's Insights. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I welcome you into the world of esoteric, the divine, the beautiful. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you're new to this beautiful channel, welcome to this beautiful channel. And if you're not new, well, welcome back. This is going to be the predictions for March. Not necessarily what's going to happen in March. It's what I've been seeing for the month of March and the weeks to come. You guys already know what when I tell you guys my predictions. It's always like that because sometimes it can happen right away, or sometimes it can happen months later or even a year later. As you guys seen that I've sometimes fulfilled predictions from like last year that fulfilled this year. Anyways, let's get started. Before we actually do get started, I want to let you guys know that I did make a new Instagram. Raphael's Insights 123 is my new Instagram. I don't have another one other than my personal one. So make sure you follow them. I mean, it's in the description below. You'll see the link. Click the link, and you'll find all my platforms. Also, I just made a new store for those who are interested in purchasing candle work and they haven't been able to get in contact with me. The option is there in the description below as well for you to go check it out. Anyways, let's get started. Definitely the month of March is going to be a very strong month because I see pretty much in terms of climate, the year of the dragon and Mother Nature, because this is Mother Nature. They're very pissed. They're going to bring intensity in all aspects. Volcanic eruptions, intense earthquakes, tsunamis, fires, rain, snowstorms. So meaning pretty much everything is going to be going on in March. The card of the Empress is Mother Nature, and she tells me that she's pissed at humanity. And then the year of the dragon, I already told you, he brings intensity. The wood dragon brings intensity. So with Mother Nature pissed and the wood dragon bringing intensity, that's why things are so radical. That's why one day it's very hot, one day it's like -30. One day it's windy, one day there's no wind. And that's what it tells me. It tells me that either it's going to be extreme weather or no weather, meaning it's going to be very calm and nothing going on, or extreme climate. No rain or immense rain. No, not cold or snowstorms. And I do see a lot of radical movements in terms of climate. The other thing I want to tell you is that it is a very holy month, and we know that we have la Semana Santa in March, and the closer you are to God, the closer the devil is. Meaning, I see that it's going to be a month of catastrophes, natural disasters, radical mindsets. Meaning, people thinking to harm other people, a lot of violence, because when you're close to God, the devil's also very close to you. I see an atentado in a church or in public. But to me, it seems like it has to do, since the devil's going to be close, he's going to be wanting to harm people while they're celebrating their religion. So definitely be careful in terms of being in church. The other thing that I see in terms of AMLO, I see that he starts having problems once again with his health due to his blood pressure or his heart. So he needs to take care of himself. I also see the Prime Minister of Australia having issues in terms of health-wise. I believe I told you guys it was stomach or prostate, that I see that he's going to be having an issue around that area as well. I see the death of a spiritual leader, a bishop, a father, someone in terms of like spiritual leadership, right? I see the death of a spiritual leader in Canada, or in general, I see the death of a spiritual leader. The other thing I want to tell you guys is that in terms of climate, like I was telling you guys, I see fires. Fires, not just in Texas. It seems like the fires are going to be pretty much happening everywhere. I see fires in Latin America, Chile. So definitely, again, I tell you, it's going to be either extreme weather or no weather, or nothing really going on. The card of the Tower also dominates in terms of earthquakes. I do see immense earthquakes. I see earthquakes in Asia. In Asia, I see them in Indonesia, Japan, China, or Turkey. And I see an earthquake between 6.2 to 7.8. And I also see tsunamis or tsunami warnings. In the United States, I see earthquakes between 5.3 to 6.1. And in Mexico, I do see a strong earthquake. Mexico, I see it between 5 to 5.8, between 5.8, or if not, 5.8 to 7.6. So definitely I'm seeing a strong earthquake in Mexico as well. We're going to dominate with the card of the sun. I see volcanic eruptions. I see another volcano waking up in Europe, or the same volcano continue to erupt. And in Mexico, in Latin America, I see El Popo continuing to make eruptions or to smoke very aggressively. Because I even see people having to retreat themselves from that area or flee. Because I see people fleeing in Mexico. I'm not sure if it's connected, but I do see people fleeing their homes in Mexico due to some sort of an emergency. A volcano near Australia erupting, or an underwater volcano erupting near Australia. But I see volcanoes moving or waking up in Australia as well. Absolutely. And Twin Montana is not the only one that I see that's going to be suffering a terror attack, because I see another artist, another famous person, another person in a group, another singer that's going to be suffering an atentado as well, or that there's going to be more threats put out, because I see another atentado. It's not another terror attack against these people's lives or another assassination attempt. I think what you need to do, if you're a singer, if you're an artist, or you're someone well known and you know you're receiving threats, you need to fear the fear. You can't be ballsy. You can't think that nothing's gonna happen to you, because you need to fear the fear is what I would recommend as well. In Latin America, but I see another atentado. I see an atentado for a president or for someone in terms of a political party or political. I see more atentados as well in Latin America, Mexico, Latin America. And in terms of the Pope is going to continue to be in and out of the hospital, continue to have health problems. But definitely for 2025, I see that we're going to be having a new Pope already. That it might take all the way till 2025 before we get a new Pope. But I definitely see by 2025 a new Pope, or in 2025 they're choosing a new Pope. They're having elections in Russia. No one's going to beat Putin. Putin wins again. Putin continues to be Putin. And in terms of Putin, he's gonna I already told you guys. In terms of the war between Russia and Ukraine, I'll tell you right now that I don't see Ukraine winning. Either they split Ukraine in half, or Russia keeps Ukraine. Same thing with the war with Israel and Gaza. Either Israel keeps most of what they already destroyed, or Israel just keeps all of Gaza. Nothing is stopping those wars just yet. I also see the death of an ex-president, or someone who was in power in Europe as well. What else? And in terms of Biden, as much as they're telling us that Biden's okay, that Biden is there's nothing wrong with him in terms of mental, in terms of his neurological. I see that Biden's going to be suffering like an aneurysm or a stroke. It could be later on. But in terms of Biden, I also want to remind you, or it's just that Biden's mental health continues to deteriorate, and it becomes very obvious. Even though they keep telling us there's nothing wrong, it's very obvious. There is something wrong. I want to also remind you that in the beginning of when Biden took over, Kamala Harris had to take over for a little bit, even though it was a short amount of time. And I've always said it, the way that something starts, it's the way that it will end. Meaning, I see that they're going to switch powers between Kamala and Biden, either for a brief time again or permanently. But I definitely see that Biden, as much as they keep saying he's okay, I don't see him okay. And I see that someone else is going to be either taking control of the presidency, or he's going to have to give it up to Kamala. As much as he wants to fight for the presidency, I don't see him being able to take another 4 years. One of the strangest things that I'm seeing in Australia is that Australia, I don't know who you have problems with in terms of countries, but I see a war between Australia and somebody else, or like a war is wanting to come to Australia. I don't know who you have problems with, but I do see that. I see major catastrophes or natural disasters in Latin America or in Europe as well, or just very strong natural or just very strong natural disasters in this month. I want to comment. I want to let you guys know it's not a year for you to be traveling. Obviously, you see that there's a lot of planes having issues. I still continue to see more plane accidents, or more planes, or more aircraft accidents or transportation accidents in March as well. Definitely, I still see a very strong one though in the U.S. I do see a very strong transportation accident or aircraft accident, because I see, like I said, I see a lot of death, and I see, to me, it looks like it's going to be a commercial flight. And the sun starts beaming very strong. I'm seeing strong solar storms, and I see the sun starts gaining a lot of power, a lot of strength. Immense heat, record-breaking heat is coming once again. And in terms of the heat, either it's very cold one day or it's very extreme heat the next day. Like I tell you, I see everything very in terms of extremes. And in terms of tornadoes in the U.S., I see a very strong tornado, because in the terms of the way that they put it, they said a very violent tornado. That's pretty much it for the predictions. I hope you guys enjoy my predictions. That's pretty much it. Oh no, actually, I want to talk to you guys about something. John Legend appeared in my visions. I had a vision of John Legend, and I'm not too sure why they showed him to me up until just recently. I see that something's going to be going on with John Legend. He needs to take care of himself in terms of health, in terms of accidents, in terms of health. I see that he's going to be in the hospital, and I see an issue, a very strong health issue, either in his blood or a very strong health issue, because John Legend just popped up into my visions out of nowhere, and I see something going on in terms of John Legend. But other than that, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for the predictions of March. It's an absolute pleasure. I do apologize because I know I'm a little bit awkward when I do these predictions. I'm always awkward. I've always been a very awkward person. But thank you so much for everybody who follows me. I love you guys, and I always try to give you guys my predictions. Make sure you guys follow me on all my other platforms, because I'm going to start predicting something new every like once a week. At least one thing once a week is what I want to do. But other than that, you guys have a great week, a great day, a great night, whatever time or day you're watching me. It's an absolute pleasure. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.